Joining me now, my friend Chad Robichaux, Force Recon Marine, MMA world champion, little things like that. Also the founder of Save Our Allies. Chad, I know you've been going through it and been saving lives over there. 12,000, is that the number?
Yeah, well, we got 8,911 out, and we assisted with another 3,000. Yeah, so about 12,000 altogether that we were able to get to safety.
Okay, now explain to me why a private organization has to go over there. Why didn't the U.S. government go over there and take care of this, Chad? You've been on the ground. I haven't been. I've been sitting right here in Houston. Why? What happened?
Yeah, well, first of all, if you go all the way back to the beginning, I think this whole thing's built on a false foundation that we had to abandon a 20-year war, that we were in the endless war. The truth is we absolutely should never have pulled out of Afghanistan or forfeited Bagram Air Force Base, which is the most strategic place in the globe in today's current climate between Iraq, Iran, China, Russia. We should never have left there. We had 4,000 troops there. We were part of an international effort with the rest of the world to support and advise the Afghan National Army to fight the Taliban on their own soil, and it was working. And so why do we pull 4,000 troops out when we have 80,000 in Japan or 40,000 in Germany or 30,000 in South Korea? We should not have done that. And then secondly, we pulled out our military before our civilians. We forfeited Bagram Air Force Base before we evacuated. And the White House gave the NEO operation, the non-combatant evacuation operation, took it away from the Department of Defense and gave it to the State Department, which treated the airport, HK Airport, like an embassy, and not allowing our U.S. service members to go out and rescue and evacuate American civilians and our allies.
Chad, who are these 12,000 you've been working to get out? Who are these people?
Yeah, it's very important that people know that we didn't just land a plane and open the doors and let anybody in. We were very strategic and intentional about who we got. That's very important. And so we had a process to where we blasted out a kind of underground message to SIV applicants, which are interpreters and Special Forces commandos, that we know who they are, they're vetted, and their families. Like women that would be vulnerable, widows and women in certain groups that would be vulnerable, school teachers, things like that, orphans, American citizens, and Christians that would be persecuted. So that's who we blasted out to. We got 29,000 requests for help. We were able to launch our effort in partnership with the United Arab Emirates. We had C-17 planes provided by the UAE, a joint operations center provided to us in Abu Dhabi, as well as a humanitarian center. Myself and 12 former special operations guys went in there and executed operations in a period of about 10 days. We were able to get those people out. On the ground, we worked directly with the United States military. They gave us our own ramp, our own hangar to move our people through. We used a very deliberate authentication process on the ground to make sure who we were trying to get out, we got out. We had like a 7-point of authentications for bona fides to make sure we got the right people out. And then, of course, they were screened coming onto the airport by the military, and now they're in the humanitarian center being vetted by the Department of State.
Chad, I don't know how much you're allowed to say. I'm aware that world is well beyond my world as just a very average dumb grunt back in the day, but how did you go get them, and how much danger exactly were you in? I know you're only allowed to say so much, but tell me what you can.
Yeah. I mean, we look. It's a very dangerous environment, but the processes that we use is as safe as possible. I think everybody imagines the perimeter around the airport when they say the Taliban had the outer perimeter, which they did. We never controlled the airport, meaning we, the United States, never controlled the airport. We gave the outer perimeter to Taliban. Anybody that understands strategy knows that whoever controls the outer perimeter controls that ground space. But this wasn't a shoulder-to-shoulder perimeter. These are perimeters that really occupy checkpoints. So there's lots of gaps in the Taliban perimeter, lots of rat lines in the secret gates into the airport. And those were utilized by our team and other teams doing the same thing. We coordinated with our Joint Operations Center in Abu Dhabi and our ground team, as well as our rescue targets, and we linked all those things up to meet outside of the airport and kind of rat line them back into the airport. In some cases, we're even able to drive them through the gate, but most cases was rattlining them through those Taliban checkpoints in the secret gates of the airport. I could say that now because we don't have the airport anymore, but there were secret gates in the airport that we were able to utilize.
Chad, thank you so much for what you do. God bless you, my man. Any way people can help if they want to help?
Yeah, SaveOurAllies.org is a website. I just got off the phone. You're going to be grossed out by this, but we have the humanitarian centers here in the United States, because of government restrictions, the FEMA cannot buy diapers and formula and feminine hygiene products. So we have to buy $500,000 as a private organization to get baby formula to people and diapers and clothes and things like that. And so I could complain about the government not being able to do that right now, but what I'm asking for is help. We have about 7 days to raise about $500,000 to get those products to these people. And so you can go to SaveOurAllies.org, donate there. We still have evacuation efforts going, and we got to take care of the people that we already got out.
SaveOurAllies.org. Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.